Esther, a beautiful young Jewish woman, is raised by her cousin Mordecai after her parents' death. When King Xerxes dismisses his queen, Vashti, for her disobedience, he seeks a new wife. Esther is taken to the palace, where she impresses everyone with her grace and beauty, eventually being chosen as the new queen. However, she keeps her Jewish heritage a secret, following Mordecai's advice. Mordecai, who sits at the palace gates, uncovers a plot to assassinate King Xerxes and informs Esther, who then relays the information to the king, crediting Mordecai. This act saves the king's life and is recorded in the royal chronicles. Meanwhile, Haman, an arrogant and ambitious official, rises to the highest ranks in the king's court. Enraged by Mordecai's refusal to bow to him, Haman persuades King Xerxes to issue a decree to annihilate all Jews in the empire on a specific day, without revealing the targeted group's identity. Haman's plot stems from personal vendetta but escalates to a genocidal plan. Mordecai learns of the decree and implores Esther to use her influence to save her people. She requests all Jews in the capital to fast for 3 days alongside her in preparation for her intervention. After the fasting, Esther courageously approaches King Xerxes, who extends his golden scepter, sparing her life and inviting her to speak. She invites the king and Haman to a banquet, where she tactfully refrains from presenting her plea immediately, instead requesting their presence at a second banquet the following day. Haman, elated by the invitation but infuriated by Mordecai's disrespect, builds a gallows to hang Mordecai upon. That night, the king, unable to sleep, reads the chronicles and realizes Mordecai's loyalty has never been rewarded. The next morning, Haman arrives to discuss Mordecai's execution, but ends up being ordered to honor Mordecai publicly for saving the king's life. At the second banquet, Esther reveals her Jewish heritage to the king and exposes Haman's plot to destroy her people. The king, in his rage, orders Haman to be hanged on the very gallows intended for Mordecai. The king's decree against the Jews could not be revoked, but Esther and Mordecai are allowed to issue a new decree, enabling the Jews to defend themselves. They triumph over their enemies, and the event is commemorated as the Festival of Purim. The story of Esther's courageous stand found in the Book of Esther. She's a story of courage and faith in God. Her actions, driven by a sense of duty and love for her people, demonstrated the power of individual courage to effect change and challenge injustice.